Hey, how's it going? Mike Brookfield here. Yeah, it's a bit crazy today. It's that kind of time of year when you got a hat on, coming over to the studio and you whip your hat off and your hair's all wacky. Okay, so how many people, this is part 3, Gary Moore, Sunshine Your Love. Now, before you click out and you go, well, I never learnt the first one or the second one, just hang in there with me. Check it out anyway. There's some serious, awesome hot licks going on here. I'm having a little battle in my head whether I should be providing really what I consider, I think this is pretty good, high quality content, or, you know, do it really just working on things that I think is awesome guitar lessons, like Gary Moore playing live, playing Sunshine Your Love, trying to sound like his hero, Eric Clapton, and we want to sound like Eric Clapton. So you got one of the best guitar players in the world trying to sound like Eric Clapton, but also just being Gary Moore. There's so much awesome stuff there to be checking out. But if you look at the views on these last few videos, the first one was pretty poor. And then because it was a part 2, and I always say this, the part 2s never do well because people don't click on them because they go, oh, I didn't do part 1. And never mind a part 3. Part 3s are just like no chance. So I might make this a Patreon video just for Patreon people. I might make it public. Who cares? But the most important thing is that you can go to Patreon and get a free PDF download of it, because when you look at the music there on the screen, it's pretty small, but you can, you know, on your iPad or your phone, just, you know, expand it. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to give you guitar lessons which are like, you know, really, really valuable if you're interested in being an expressive blues rock guitar player in the style of Clapton, Gary Moore, all of those big heads. So what you'll find in the third chorus, which very, very often happens, is he's trying to bring it to a conclusion. The first 2 choruses were just so awesome, melodic, you know, he's absolutely in control. He never loses his cool, and that's what I love about Gary Moore and Clapton and those guys, is they don't have that fumble moment that a lot of other guitar players do when they start to panic. There's a coolness and a sense of control about the playing, and I think that's just miles in the fingers, miles in the saddle, I call it, you know what I mean? So the more miles in the saddle, the more stronger you're going to be, all that kind of stuff. And it's the same, they're just gigging all the time, so they're just making good decisions, you know. So I'm gonna go through this this third solo, and there's some beautiful licks in it. So what I would suggest is that go, you know, let this play in the background. If you're in work, just let these licks play in the background and let them soak into your ear. What usually happens is when I start teaching, people kind of click out because I can look at it on the analytics. So people like to hear me talk, and then when I start teaching, they kind of click out. But even if you haven't got your guitar in your hands, just let it play in your background, and you'll hear me break down these licks. If you're in the car, or you're, I don't know, doing the hoovering and you got your headphones on, I don't know, you know. And then there's the other people who say, stop talking and get on with the lesson, you know what I mean? So you can't win. But what I'm going to say here is, like, try and let it play in the background, and then you'll go, oh, that's a good lick. I'm going to go back. What time was that at? That was at 9 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm going to go back later on and grab my guitar and learn that lick, because there's a couple of licks you'll want to check out here, you know. Okay, let's get stuck into it, will we? So we've just kind of finished this thing where he's playing, like, you know, some is, you know, what I call like the sports car. He's in that kind of position. Is in this kind of position because we're in the key of D, right? If you don't know about this kind of stuff that I talk about, the, you know, the C form and sports car and all that kind of stuff, it's something we like to talk about when I'm teaching, to help you, you know, activate your solos. And I'm going to do a part 2 to my blues course soon, which will be focused in on chuck, train, shed, all of that kind of stuff as a companion to the first blues course, which obviously you can get at my website, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's check out what happens here. So you can see. So I was actually on page 2 there. So I'm going to go, so you can see there's a 3 in the corner, and you can see it starts with this. So So he's doing like a half-step bend. And why is he doing that? Well, I think we're in the key of D, aren't we? There's a D chord, and he's bending from the minor to the major third. You know, one of the most super essential things you got to do if you're a blues rocker. Oh, it's just killer that, isn't it? So now he's doing a bit full bend. And then he's doing a normal 18 and then a pre-bend. So a lot going on there. I'm going to play the first 3 bars. So 2, 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. You know, oh, beautiful stuff. Let's check out what's next. So then he goes up to 20 and he's going. So, you know, we're into real proper blues playing territory here. It's all about the string bending and maximizing the expression with that. So he's bending up. And then he's got the 18 full bend, half bend. And I love that. Da 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 down, da down, da down. So I'll play that again. So and then there's a really little lovely bit. So he's back onto. And you'll notice this is a little motif he does now. He goes. So rhythmically, you know, it's not just about knowing the notes on the guitar, is it? You've got to have these rhythmical things in your playing. That's why I'm so into this. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it for like, you know, well, I'm hoping you're going to join my Patreon and help contribute or whatever, but I'm doing it because I love doing it, you know. If I was doing this for the money, I'd be teaching Ed Sheeran or teaching, I don't know, like super pop songs, which will get loads of hits, wouldn't I? But I'm doing this because it's hopefully an honest transaction where I can reach people who have a similar interest. You can see I'm a little bit triggered by the fact that this is not getting a lot of views. And I would consider it, you know, a really good guitar lesson. Anyway, let's go back. I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. The first 6 bars here. So it's the first 3 lines of that tab. So, okay, the audio's starting a bit earlier there. Okay, so I'll do that again. And then he goes into this. Which is actually quite tricky on the picking. Da da do da da do da da do da da do da. You know, it's kind of like 3/4, isn't it? A ba ba boo ba ba boo ba 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 boo ba. I love the way he lands on the 4 with that bend, and that just gives you enough breath to get into a seriously hot lick. So he's going. So it's rhythmically so precise. That's what really sorts the kind of dodgy guys from the really super high level guys. And to be honest, a lot of people can't tell the difference these days. Everybody lumps all the blues players together, but you know, they're not all equal. Like, do you know what I mean? Some guys are just, they have so many miles in the legs. Their playing is so beautiful, and it's kind of not just accuracy, but because of its accuracy and its cleanness, it's still got a raw aggression and beauty to it. You know what I mean? So it's not like the accuracy is taking away from the emotional thing. Anything but, it's adding to it, I think. So I'm going to play up to there, right? That's the first 8 bars, and then we're going to go into a seriously hot lick. Oh, actually, let's do the hot lick first, right? So he's doing these double time triplets now, where he's going to go. Okay, so you can see that's on the, you know, the last second line from the bottom. So you're playing 15 and then pulling off 18 to 15 on the second string, and you've just got to do that as fast as you can. But it's like babada 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 babada, triplet 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 triplet. It's double time triplet. So triplet 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 triplet. That's just 1 bar, and you do 2 bars of that. So. So that was the 2 bars. And like, if you watch the video, I'm pretty sure he does it with those 2 fingers, because he's Gary Moore. That's one of the things he loves to do. He's like the rock Django, isn't he? So when you add that in, hopefully I can do this now. So that's at 80%. By the way, you know, I only started I've transcribed this all at once about 3 weeks ago, but it's only yesterday that I actually attempted to play it, and it was like, woo, some seriously cool licks in it. So that's the first 10 bars, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So let's carry on. There's a kind of a tricky bit coming up, but again, just super awesome. So let's have a listen to that bend that he ends on. And it's almost quite psychedelic, the next bit he does, isn't it? Where he goes. So that's the last 2 bars of that page. So. Okay, now let's go on to this next page. So I've just ended on that 12, and then so there's 5 of them. So you've got the 10, and then he's going to do 12, and then a pull off 12, 10. You know, again, that's kind of quite demanding on the picking. So you might see that. There's a lot of cutaways to Jack Bruce on this, so you don't see, you know, his technique that much. But, you know, like Gary Moore, he's probably playing it with all downstrokes. It wouldn't surprise me if he was doing that, you know. So, so he does 5 of them. That's 1. You got to put them all together. And then he starts to alternate between pulling to the 9 so he pulls off to the 9 and then the 10, the 9, the 10, the 9, the 10, and just 1 on the 10 at the end. So, and then he goes into more licks. So it's really nice what he's doing there, because he's pulling off to the, you know, like more minor blues. And by pulling off to the 6, it's got that sweeter sound, hasn't it? Because you know that's more major pentatonic bass. So you've got, if I play it from the line before, which is not on the page there, but you can go. Oh, hang on, I'm up here, aren't I? and that's the kind of the next lick that he does there. So that's probably the hardest bit in the whole solo, because it's the repetition, the speed. It's hard to kind of get down. So there's two ways of approaching this solo. You can just be working away at it over and over again till you get the whole thing note for note, or you can just be cherry picking the licks that you want, and that's totally okay. Just have a go at everything and going, I'll have that one, and that one. Thank you very much. Next. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you try and shoehorn them into your practice and the songs that you want to play them on. And that's what my Blues Course 1 is all about. It's giving you a vehicle to jam on, because it's blues in all keys, and you can play them with any groove you like. But you say, right, I want to get that lick, and then I want to practice it in more keys. I want to play it in A, I want to play it in G and E and D and stuff. That's what my Blues Course is all about. Okay, so I'm just going to do that bit again slowly, because I know it's a bit of a headache lick, that, isn't it? So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is halfway through the third bar. Now he goes. So 1, 2. 1, 2. So, just a nice clean blues lick. And then this is the hard bit as well to get in, because he goes 1, 2. So that's, you can see, is halfway through the fourth bar. 1, 2. So there's like 3 of them, and then a bend up and down. It's hard to do that after, there's so many rhythmical variations going on there. That's probably one of the most trickiest parts of the solo. And then we're into kind of much more manageable for the last kind of like 8 bars here. So let's check that out. So we've just hit that. Oh, gone all the way back to the beginning. And then into the riff. So let's go through that, will we? So he goes into this is bar 5 of this page. 2. And again. And then you're into the 15. So that's kind of, that can catch you off guard if you don't, give it enough time, if you like. Really nice triplets at the end of that bar. So I'm on the 5th line now. So for the 15. And then you've got this. That's really nice, isn't it? The way you start kind of... something about the way you articulate that sounds so, you know, authentic in this style, if you like. And then that's your lot. Let's play it all the way through, will we? I'm going to take it down to about 75 because I haven't actually played it all the way through yet. And then it obviously goes into the riff. So there you have it, guys. God, this is a long one, 20 odd minutes. But I might do a follow-up video on this later on. You know, I'm putting it all together and maybe going over highlights and stuff like this, like that. It's, you know, this is an epic solo. I would put this down as one as a really, really great guitar lesson. Up there with Crossroads, up there with Hideaway as a blues rock lesson, because you've got very, very fast, challenging passages, but there's still about 75% of it is just really good melodic blues phrasing. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Keep it burning. Check out the PDF on Patreon, and if you're a Patreon person, I'll see you Friday and Sunday. Keep it burning.